unless you have Jewish friends or relatives, the celebration of Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, probably goes by most years without you ever noticing it. Not this year, of course. This year on Rosh Hashanah, Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. And much was made in the media, especially the social media, that those who die on Rosh Hashanah, according to Jewish tradition, are deemed tzaddiks, righteous and just people. For Ruth Bader Ginsburg, dying on Rosh Hashanah was simply the exclamation point on a life as a tzaddikat, a righteous woman. She was deemed so not because of any decision she made on the Supreme Court, not by her political leanings, and not even by her champion of women's rights. What made her a tzaddikat, a righteous woman, was her life and the way she lived it. We read in Scripture that the three virtues of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are mishpat, hesed, and tzedakah, mercy, loving kindness, and justice. These are the virtues that Ruth Bader Ginsburg lived. These are the virtues that accompanied her as she sat on the highest court. And these are the virtues that she will be remembered for. There is much conjecture, and not just a little controversy. It is 2020 after all, as to who would replace her on the bench. First, while someone will fill that seat left vacant by her death, no one will ever replace Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She was a one and only. And besides, to replace a tzaddik is not a political appointment, but an act of God. It is believed in the Jewish mystical tradition, the Kabbalah, that on this earth there are always at least 36 tzaddikim nistarim, anonymous tzaddiks. These 36 or so are appointed by God as his emissaries on earth to assure the practice of mishpat, hesed, and tzedakah, mercy, loving kindness, and justice. In short, they are sent here to keep this place together. They are anonymous for their own protection. For as we have seen so clearly, all too often recently, the belief in mishpat, hesed, and tzedakah is fading. The tzaddiks of this world are needed more than ever. And while there are those who are anonymous, appointed by God, there are others like Ruth Bader Ginsburg who live out that justice in a public way and call us to do likewise. To be tzaddik is not an exception, but a norm for those who follow God. On her final appearance on the bench at the opening of the fall session of the Supreme Court, Ruth Bader Ginsburg had woven into her collar the word tzaddik, justice. What a fitting final word for all of us from her. Outside of her door, outside of her office door, hung the words from Deuteronomy. Tzaddik, tzaddik, tiador. Justice, justice you shall pursue. May this be her legacy, and this our calling. Let justice flow like streams of sparkling water pure, enabling growth, refreshing life, abundant cleansing sure. Let righteousness roll on as others' cares we heed, an ever-flowing stream of faith translated into deed. So may God's plumb line straight define our measure true, and justice, right, and peace pervade this world's whole life all through.